Hi, Pandon. I'm now at the Baibuting community, one of the most iconic places in Wuhan's fight against COVID-19 in its early stage of the outbreak, and also the first place that I visited in my visit to Wuhan. And compared to the last time I came here, I can strongly feel that the community is coming back to life. There are around over 100,000 people living here, and you can see even the cigarette store and alcohol stores and the real estate agencies are reopening. And also, we know the lockdown on Wuhan has been lifted early this morning. The control and prevention measures are still in place in communities across the city. As you can see, right next to me is a large community. The community workers are still safeguarding the gate to minimize the traffic in and out of the community. And there are some barricades sealing off the access in this massive neighborhood. And we know that the alert level in the city still hasn't been lowered due to according to the authorities, many asymptomatic patients, which means people infected with the virus but not showing any signs of major symptoms. So we still have to be very cautious in the coming days in the city. And back in the February, between the 3 days from February 17th and 19th, over 580,000 community workers went from door to door to check 9 million people's body temperature and health status in over 3,000 communities. That is the most massive demobilization movement launched by the city. And in the meantime, the most stringent community lockdown measures were put in place. And on March the 10th, Chinese President Xi Jinping also visited one of the communities in Wuhan, praising the hard work of the community workers and saying the community is one of the major front lines in this battle against COVID-19. So we know that community plays a very, very crucial role in battling the COVID-19. And also today, I'm joined by a very special guest, my colleague Wang Kailin from CGTN Digital. Kailin, you are born and raised in Wuhan, and also you have been working here with us for over 2 months. Now, we know in the past nearly 3 months, behind all the achievements, there are huge sacrifices, contributions, efforts of the common people living in this city. So, as a local and as a reporter, I must say that you must have a very mixed feeling about their sacrifices. So tell us, what's your feeling?
So as you know, Wuhan is my hometown. In my mind, Wuhan is a big city with full of energy. But when I arrived in Wuhan in January, the city was so quiet and empty. So in last 2 months, I met a lot of heroes. There are doctors, nurses, there are community workers, there are city cleaners who never abandon their duties. But I definitely have to mention 9 million Wuhan residents. They choose to stay at home to avoid cross-infection. Community is their home. It is also their battlefield. The virus took more than 2,000 lives in Wuhan, and a lot of people lost their jobs. But we have to know that we cannot make it without Wuhan people's sacrifice. For me, in last 2 months, although my parents live in Wuhan, I wasn't able to go home to hug them. But I know my father works as a volunteer in the community. So in a sense, we are fighting the virus together.